Okay, before you say anything, Demonplay, wasn't this video supposed to be the long-awaited release of your YouTube timeline? Well, again, if you saw my community post, I didn't really give a concrete answer as to when it releases, because I don't know how long the video will be. So when I finally finished the script, it was like, I don't know, around 2 hours. And I don't really want to leave y'all in the dark for a long time while I was making that video. So I'll be doing a double video for this wave. Yeah, remember I said that in the last video? Yeah, that. Never thought I would increase it by 1 this early. But why is the video so long anyway? I don't think you know what I meant by a timeline. If I said I was going to talk about the whole timeline, I meant this. I was not lying when I said I was going to drop a college dropout type video into the channel. But just like how Kanye West released a mixtape before the album, which I meant by the artist's name, not his real name, yay community, I'm going to release this quick warm-up video for the promotion of that exact video. Plus, I could really use some experience before tackling that, so here we are. With that out of the way, hello. Yes, I am American. Couldn't you tell by now? For the rest of my life here, beginning to end, I always live in the US. I never traveled outside of the nation, so for my whole life, I've been here and in some other states within. Which is the entire deal with my family, because this is the first time they ever raised a child in the US. Twice. So while they are getting adjusted to the whole system, they also gotta raise us in it. While my little sister is adjusted to the US while retaining some of her cultural heritage. I mean, she acts like my mom in an almost identical way, which is hilarious. I had the misfortune of being a completely different person despite living around the culture. It's like experiencing life blind and deaf at the same time. I am missing a lot of things in life. So yeah, I might not like to play sports. Yeah, I'm not an active guy. Yeah, I don't dress, act, or talk like the average Latino. Hell, I don't speak fluently in Spanish. But do I care? Hell no. Because this is who I am. I have my own identity. And because of that, I can branch into both cultures without feeling left out from anyone. And to be honest, I think that is what other people around my space are also feeling. Having your own identity. And to be honest, that is cool. So despite how sweet that is, I'm not gonna talk about that. I know y'all by now from watching how the community treats other creators. I don't want that melodical deep shit because it's boring. You all want to know if I had embarrassing moments in my life. Embarrassing moments that make you want to air out the whole school. Probably the poor choice of words, but you get the point. Y'all want to know if I suffered from it. I'm speaking Spanish or whatever, which I had. So I'm gonna get there now. Time's rolling, people gotta eat. I think what sucks about the most being a Latino who mainly speaks English throughout my life, the amount of learning I need to speak, read, and write in Spanish, for example. The only good part is I can fully understand what people are saying when they speak Spanish no matter what. It doesn't matter of the advancements or the accents of the speaker. I can fully understand them mostly. Trying to communicate back is where I fuck up the most. Like, I wish I could just use body language for conversations. Oh, nod if yes, shake if no, but that's just not how it works. It's just not. El vocabulario es tan mínimo que a veces no sé qué yo estoy diciendo la primera vez. Puedes decirlo muy claro y 9 de cada 10 personas son muy confiados que yo estoy diciendo. Es como que yo soy un hombre blanco tratando de replicar de lengua. Mi vida apesta mucho. And overall, I think it's just a slight accent or phrasing I've been doing. And I have gotten a lot better in times. But it still kind of sucks, as you could tell by now. Which is why I always try to get other people to speak more in group projects, like presentations, for example, so that I could talk less in Spanish. Which sucks, because I'm not scared of presenting. I just can't do it in another language, you know what I'm trying to say? But this one time last year, this girl was asking me what role I would want to do. It's either write out what we have to say, or speaking in the presentation. And yeah, I already know I can't speak, but I can write at least a little bit. So I would tell her, yo quiero escribir porque yo no puedo hablar muy bien.
¿Qué?
Fucking hell. Yo quiero escribir las notas porque yo no puedo hablar bien. ¿Tú sabes qué yo estoy diciendo?
No, lo siento.
Why did I take this class? Why the fuck did I take this class? Thankfully, one of Super Rat's friends, or I guess acquaintance, I know in high school, is in the same group as I am. And he is a natural born Hispanic. You could see that by the way he speaks. So he quickly explained that, oh, I can't speak well in Spanish and that I would prefer to talk less and yada yada. Basically, bro moment. He got my back on this one.
Oh, pues, ¿por qué tú estás en esa clase?
Esa es la única clase yo puedo ver. Mind you, I was not in a normal Spanish class. Let me rephrase. The school has this sort of system where it has two classes, Spanish and Spanish for Spanish speakers. Now, why does the school have that? Well, the reason why, this school doesn't want people who already know Spanish to easily ease into those classes, because those classes are required from the state, specifically world language, and that credit is necessary to graduate. So you can see why that's like not fair for people who actually don't know what Spanish is. So the school decided to split them to make it fair for everyone. I don't know if other schools do that, but it still sucks. And although I could pretend to not know shit, because I mean my Spanish is already stupid, the school could see everyone's ethnicity, so they would easily know that I have an understanding of Spanish, at least that basic level. So that wouldn't work in this context. So in my mind, knowing that they would discover that because they're a bunch of rich, I just took the alternative classes. My mom would have wanted me there anyway. Which, although it sounds bad, it probably became the most greatest choice I ever could in this damn school. Because once I passed Spanish for Spanish Speaker 1, the second level was a lot more easier than the first. I have no idea why. That's like my favorite catchphrase now. I have no idea why. Maybe because I don't have to recognize everything in the damn book, and it was a lot more about vocabs and differences. But whatever the case was, I definitely enjoyed this day. The teachers were cool. We get to dismiss 2 minutes early because they're just chill about it. And I met some new and old friends in the class. So at the end, I guess it was good overall. Oh, by the way, we failed the presentation mainly because we did it in a completely wrong way. And we would have to redo it all over again, which we all collectively refused and just took the L. That fucking sucked. But it didn't matter. Time's passed and I'm still living with a decent C at my grading book. So at the end of the day, not bad me. But do you know what's worse than going up to percent in front of everyone with broken Spanish? Speaking into a broken microphone. The US system has these yearly tests where they check on how you're doing based on these selective skills: reading, listening, speaking, and writing. It's called the WIDA test, if y'all know what I'm talking about. That standardized test with all the pictures? Yeah, it was that. That's all WIDA. And what you probably don't know about it is that there's a Spanish version with a lot more benefits. You see, in our school, they also have a different version of the WIDA testing where they test based on your world language, specifically with Spanish speakers, but that could be with any class. If we manage to pass a certain score, we will receive an additional certificate for being a bilingual student, which will tell the company that you speak more than one language. Now, that is a sick ass new addition they implemented, and it was recent. I hope schools do this more because for me, that would seem a huge deal, but it's not for me. So I originally refused the first date, but after some thinking, I decided, hey, this is about to be my last year. Why not give it a shot? I only get one of these opportunities. So I did just that. Signed up for the second date, and on January 14th, I was assigned to take the test. We were all assigned to go to the school auditorium, which, mind you, it is a decent size. I got assigned to the middle of top place, like right middle left, and everyone had to sit at least 4 seats apart from each other in order for the other one to not see their screens, which is a little overkill, but screw it. Why not? We all got settled into our selective section. I saw the instructions onto the massive screen, typed the code, we in. If I had to rank each section from easiest to hardest, it would be the following. Listening was definitely the easiest one in the test. As you know already, I already know the basic understanding of the language. So thank you, Mom, for that pre-made mother understanding of the language. Reading was the second easiest. Though some words are a little hard to dissect, I eventually managed it, so it wasn't that bad. Writing sucks ass. I could barely type out a cohesive paragraph without grammar issues. So how'd you expect me to type the sentence correctly? And in Spanish? Nah, I had a basic understanding on how to type in Spanish, but damn, it was a long road to get there. So old me had to suffer. I basically just used the sentence starter for most of them, plus 2 small extra sentences, just barely making it. I knew I was gonna fail that section. But speaking, holy shit, if it doesn't get any worse than this. The auditorium was awfully quiet, Which I mean, no duh, it is a test after all. That's not the main issue here. Issue is the space. Like normal test rooms where it's kind of loud without distracting others, as it's simply a small group of people. There are like 40 plus of us here, all spread out. With an echo, oh almighty. And I am the type of person that cannot lower down his voice. Like, this is the lowest I can go. Maybe a little lower, but now I'm just mumbling. So with the space, the amount of people, my fluency, my high volume is not enough to lower my voice massively. I had a face mask on top of that. So now I would have to lower it from here to there, which did not help with jack shit at all at that point. It's just me whispering, which is bad for a test that you need to speak up. So what was the plan? I could just take off my face mask and then just speak into it as silently as possible. But I had a different and better idea. I would put the headphone microphone inside of the mask itself and speak into it like that. My main idea for it is sounds good on paper. It will sound like a sound booth. It will only hear my voice, so I could be as silent as possible and have it still hear me, since the voice is being blocked by the mask. Now that, in theory, is pretty smart.
Ahora te toca a ti. ¿De qué maneras la gente hace tamales en diferentes países?
Las diferentes formas en que la gente hace tamales en distintos países son las ingredientes y la cultural. Static. Just straight up static. I tried again, but this time moving my mic away from my mouth a little bit so that it will hear me. Las diferentes formas en que la gente... What the fuck? I fucking hate this school. The worst part is that I can't redo that second take because they only take 2 attempts. So I was just forced to send them such a low quality muffled recording of it, bro. Oh my god. I would adjust my microphone a little bit while also taking off and on my face mask. Nothing was working. It's just the microphone that sucked. These headphones are like old 2008, maybe 2010 headphones with these small ass microphones. So it's just the age of these headphones that are screwing up my answers. So sadly, I was just forced to summarize these muffled recordings. Look, man, I tried. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to scream at top of my lungs for these stupid ass microphones to pick up the clarity of my voice. After I finished the biliteracy test, which was called, I just know I am not gonna get that certificate, bro. There's no way. I just walked off sad, knowing that I'm not gonna get it. But hey, you never know. Maybe by miracle I did pass it. I'll let y'all know if I received it in my graduation this year or not. Yes, I am in high school still. But yeah, despite all those embarrassing moments in my life, I am still practicing. Still to this day. God, that was horrible English right there. I can't do any language. Damn! Still trying to learn Spanish because I just would love to be more fluent in that language. I want to be connected with Spanish viewers. Like, how cool is that? But it's just hard when you don't have much discipline to do that, really. Which sucks. Can't force that. But I'm still gonna practice. Still branching out my vocabulary. Maybe I need to focus on my pronunciation. Still trying to communicate in Spanish, even though my little sister constantly makes fun of it. Jokes on her, she also mispronounced words too. So we're equal. And yes, that was her doing the female voice. She was very inclined to do it. She was not inclined to do it. That's really all I have to say. Sorry if I'm not in depth with these videos as I would like to be. I would definitely try to think of other embarrassing moments being, well, you know, a Latino man. It's fucking most white as shit ever. I would think of other things, but I don't know, those are really the only ones I can really think of. Although I can mention how I can't even say my directions correctly in Spanish when my friend's parents are dropping me off back in my place. But that happened like, what, twice? Nothing much happened, really. If I come up with more moments, I can definitely make a sequel to this video. But in the meanwhile, this is it. The warm-up is done. Now I gotta tackle the real video. So I guess I'll be taking my leave here. Definitely not because it's been 14 minutes. With that, stay safe and stay blessed. Have a good day, y'all.